snow is just too deep. I got as far as I can get with the bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it. All right, so I made it. That looks like a good spot right there. There's nothing around here at all. I think I'm gonna park here because there's a forest there off the trail. I think it's a nice spot. I'm gonna put on the legs. It's really easy to set up the trailer. Just put the legs down and it's ready to go. The bike, I left that way back on the trail. So I've got a power station. I've got extra lights. Of course, I have my film lights. They're really lightweight, and some power banks. Remote to adjust my lighting. So my lights are on in there. I can shut off the film lights. So I've got everything in a bin outside. I'm not too concerned about anyone coming around here. And I'm just gonna get in here now. I'm gonna leave my boots out here. I gotta put a new latch on here. That's not the greatest. All right, so I'm inside. It's not bad in here at all. So it's much quieter than a tent. So there's definitely some soundproofing in here with the cardboard and the foam over a tent, because a tent is, there's nothing. But I can still hear wind. -10, but it's going up really quickly once I got in here. It already went up 0.5 degrees just getting in here. Check the ambient temperature, see how high it goes up with just me in here. We'll put this over here. It's not quite at the midpoint, so it's actually lower, but I want to keep it down as low as possible to really know how cold it is in here. Wow, look at how fast it's rising with just my body temperature in here. 10 minutes in. Let's check the temperature. All right. It is +2. +2. I got to keep my hand away from the bubble there, but that's 12 degrees above outside temperature with no heat. Now I understand why the movies, people would be in cardboard boxes when they were living on the street. I never really see that. A lot of people are in tents. Yeah, I think he'd like a bike trailer instead of that. So in Toronto, there's a few streets where there's tents. 4 degrees. Yeah, that's really good. I can see the fog on the window. Yep. Yeah, it's starting to freeze. That is crazy. It's starting to freeze on the window here. Yeah, I think this is really awesome. Plug the heater in. I think it's rated as a 400 watt heater. Yeah, the windows are starting to defrost a bit. So temperature hasn't gone up yet, but I can see the humidity on the thermometer. I'm gonna let that run for, let's say, 10 minutes. Let's check the temperature. Heater was on for about 10 minutes. 20 degrees. So this solar pendant, it works really well, and it'll even charge even in the winter. So the heater was on for 10 minutes and it went up to 20 degrees. This thing heats perfectly. Unfortunately, this heater doesn't have a thermostat, so it's not a very good option for what I'm doing here, because it's going to get too hot, and I only want to run it for maybe 5 minutes at a time. That's all I really need, because it's cooking in here already. What would be better is a heater with a thermostat. So I know now that this is a viable option to stay warm. I could definitely get through the night by running this for maybe 5 to 10 minutes every hour. Could I actually get those 500 watt hours back through solar? I don't know. I need a lot of panels to be able to do that. And because it's winter, it's probably not going to work. I want to avoid fuel heaters in something like this. I certainly don't want to have candles burning or anything like that in such a small space. Of course, the heater could be mounted somewhere, so it's not going to be an issue. Just mount it from some hooks from the ceiling. So the electric is the way to go in here. I think this is the safest way to go, but unfortunately, to recharge it, that's where I'm going to run into a problem. I need a small little generator. This isn't going to be a solution for someone homeless unless they can plug it in and charge it somewhere. They could carry it to somewhere to charge and then bring it back. That would work. So what I need is a timer for this heater that it just comes on for a few minutes and then off. That's all I really need, because it's just cooking in here now. I could crash now, kill the light, and then see how this works. Yeah, it's dark in here. There is nothing. There is no light outside whatsoever. It started to snow early in the morning, so there's a layer of ice on top. Better insulation, but it's added weight to the whole camper. It's time to get out of here. So that was my little bike trailer experience, and not so bad. 100 times better than a tent. I stayed warm. I turned the heater on a couple times, but other than that, I was warm, no problems. I built the bike camper last year. I never got a chance to post it. This trailer was completely free. It was all built of recycled materials. And the only thing I had to put money into it was the fasteners. The whole idea was this: could I build a survival space out of cardboard? Why I built it out of cardboard is because cardboard is something you get your hands on. It's free, it's easy to find. The concept of this was to build a survival space out of free materials. So it was leftover packing materials from deliveries and different items. The other obvious reason why I built this was because I've been noticing a lot of homeless people lately in the city. Usually they'll have a tent or they'll be just laying on a park bench with a blanket on them. So I thought, well, is there a solution to this with something very inexpensive and lightweight? Obviously, cardboard is not as good as plastic material or wood, but it is free and there's a lot of it. The worst case scenario, if the trailer gets damaged or stolen or whatever, it could be replaced, it could be repaired. These could be built very easily. So I was able to be in here at -10 and it was nice and warm. The trailer is insulated with just packing foam. It's about 1 inch thick and 2 layers of cardboard. So the outside layer is actually really thick cardboard from boxed mattresses. And then on the inside, it's just regular box cardboard. And it heats very, very easily. So I built this whole camper around the bike trailer. The bike trailer was a free find. In reality, I didn't need the trailer. I could just use wood. And then the framing itself inside is actually made of cut slabs. They're just pieces of wood that are left over at the sawmill. And then I actually cut those pieces down. So I have footage of the trailer in the fall. Where it's still nice, and so I'm going to post that soon.